guys, Miss Charlie here with another eyeshadow palette collection video. I did my color pops and now I'm going to go into these drawers here, which is where most of my eyeshadows are kept. I'm going to go into this drawer here. This one has a lot of singles and my primers and things like that, but we'll go into single shadows later. So I'm going to pull out these palettes here, which are smaller, and then we're going to go through what's in this drawer. And this has some singles and smaller things and some liners, colored liners and things like that, which we'll go through as well later on. But I'm going to go ahead and pull out the palettes in here, and we're going to go through the small ones in here and then what I have in this drawer. Alright, so I'm going to start with these Wet n Wild shadows. This was from their, I believe it was their Zodiac collection, and this is the Air, Fire, Earth, Water. These come like this and they have several shades inside. I've used this many times. They're very, very pretty, very pigmented. I don't like that, you know, they're all together in one, but I use them and they're fine. I've even traveled with these because you can, you know, have different colors in one pan. But this one here, the Earth one, has broken. I don't understand how it broke because these are in drawers. There's nothing on top of, sitting on top of them, so I don't know how this broke. But what I might do is take them and put them into individual pans, because I do have the magnetic pans that you can get from Amazon. So I might go ahead and repress that because this was a really pretty neutral color story. So I might go ahead and repress that to keep the set together. But these are very pretty. This one is the Fire one. This one was the Air, just to give you a couple swatches. I don't think these are available anymore, but they were very, very pretty. This is very nice, very smooth. It's a very good Wet n Wild formula. Go back to the Air one here. Try this gold. And it's kind of hard when you have nails to get in here. It's like a blue-purple duochrome and a pretty gold. And then the Water one. This turquoise is really pretty. And then I'm gonna go into this white over here, which is like it's a duochrome. And that turquoise. So pretty, so smooth. It's a great formula. One of Wet n Wild's best formulas. I'm not going to get rid of these. Again, I'm just going to repress these. I'm going to keep these in my collection because they are very good quality. A few more Wet n Wild ones. This is the OG Comfort Zone. This is like my third one. My first one, I panned some. My second one, I depotted these and put them into a Z palette, and I ended up giving that to my bestie because she had never tried it, and then she bought me this one. So this is my third one. This is an awesome palette. It's breaking, but it's Wet n Wild, so what I might do is go ahead and depot this as well, like I did with the first one. And easy to pot, just so you get an idea. I took this and I put it on a heating pad and let it sit and warm up the glue, and then pop them out. It worked just fine. So try that if you want to depot some things, but you're scared and you don't want to break the shadows. I set this on a heating pad, let it set to help soften that glue, and then they came right out really nicely. So I'll probably do that with this one too. But these are some of my favorite colors. This is one of the first blue browns, like with MAC had, and this burgundy right here was a staple. I used this all the time. It's like a dark burgundy with just a little bit of flecks in it. It's so pretty. and then the blue brown. So pretty and so smooth, and I've had this for a very long time and it still is good quality. When I was in my neutral phase, I would use this taupe quite a lot, and it's so nice, and it's an all shimmer palette, so you can just pair this, you know, with the matte palette and you would be good. But this is the OG. Then this is their Fantasy Makers eyeshadow in Mummy of the Year. They come out with different ones every year. This one was for Halloween. This is a nice palette. Has a transition, has this one here, which is a transition, but it's more of a gold. You can put golds in your crease. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't put mattes in your crease. You can put whatever you want in your crease. This green right here, I can't get my nail in there to show it to you. I'm gonna have to try it off camera, but this one right here, it's a pretty blue green, so pretty. And this green right here, it's a little chalky, but it's still very pretty and very pigmented. Very pigmented. But I love this palette. I love it, love it, love it. I use it a lot. This yellow is nice for blending out. So she's not going anywhere. She's gonna stay in my collection. I don't think I'm really decluttering anything in this video, but we'll see. Okay, then last for Wet n Wild here, I have the Chromie palette that they did with My Melody. I love Chromie. She's cute. I have a Chromie purse, Chromie jacket, Chromie platter, spoon, plate. I have lots of little plushie. I have lots of Chromie stuff, but she's a Sanrio character, and this was a very nice palette that they did with her, and it is reminiscent of her with purples and like grungy tones and things like that. I really enjoyed this palette a lot as well. So being a Chromie fan, she's not going anywhere. So I have a bunch of these smaller palettes here. I have only one of the e.l.f. Bite Size. This is the only color story that really I thought was interesting, and this is the Hot Jalapeno. I've used this quite a few times as well. I use this in conjunction with other palettes. It's a really nice color story and really nice formula. This Naked Cosmetics palette. I think this is their Neons. I got this in a BoxyCharm many years ago, but these are so pigmented and so pretty. Let me try to get my nails in here. See, that's what happens right there. You got claws. They're very, very pigmented and gorgeous. Very smooth. So yeah, I'm not getting rid of that because I really enjoy this formula. I also have their colored highlighter palette, which is also amazing. These ones from NYX. This is the Cosmic Metals. My best friend got this for me for Christmas a while ago. And then this is the Lid Lingerie. This is all matte. This is all shimmer. So these, you could travel with both of these. If you like these neutral tones. I use this as a companion palette when I travel for transition, brow bone, things like that. This is a great companion palette. As you can see, I've hit pan on that. And then this one, all shimmer, would be great to pair with that, or another palette that you have that is all matte. If you like these kinds of tones, this would be perfect for traveling. This is like a rose gold, and this one is more of a muted gold. They're very powdery and they're very sheer, as you can see, very sheer, but I still use it together, so these aren't going anywhere, especially this one because I use that when I travel. And then these here, this is the Blink Electric Eyes palette, as you can palette. As you can see, this was a BoxyCharm special or a special edition. These colors are absolutely amazing. They're like foiled on your eyes. They're so soft and so pretty. Let's do a couple. They're so creamy. That's so creamy. Look at that. So creamy and smooth. This was a favorite palette. There's a lot of dips in this palette. So pretty and so smooth. You could pair this and use this as a blush if you wanted to just dab a little bit on. That would be a pretty blush if you were traveling. You could take this and these. You would have some really pretty color stories. This Natasha Denona Fez palette, I got this in BoxyCharm. I have never used it. I think I've swatched it just to myself. I've never posted about it. I had the Natasha Denona Jubilee. Did not like that at all, but I did keep two of the shades. I kept the turquoise and the gold because those were the only two that were really, really nice. The other ones I got rid of. This one here, I have swatched it. This is one of their cream formula here. It's like a chocolate brown. It's got a little red in it, like a cocoa. That's really pretty. I like that. And then these other ones, nice transition colors, a nice gold. That's a beautiful gold. Beautiful gold. And then this turquoise. It's not the same turquoise as in the Jubilee. That one is way darker. But that's a nice turquoise. So when I get around to using it, I will post about it. But at this time, I've only swatched it and never used it. The Natasha Denona Cupid. This one I really did enjoy. I wish this color was a little bit deeper, but I can bring other stuff in. So you could travel with this as well and just bring a couple of deeper colors or a couple extra shimmers or duochromes, and you'd have some nice looks because you have transition colors in there as well. And this is a red, but it's a muted wine, which is really nice, but I want that to be deeper. So if you have a black eyeshadow, you can deepen that up, or you just have a darker burgundy, that would go good with this. And then the shimmers in here, the shimmers in here are very nice and smooth as well. So I really did like the look that I did with the Cupid palette. The No Photos Please, you see this? No Photos Please from Revolution. This is an awesome formula. Don't talk about Revolution like they used to, but back in the day, everybody was wearing Makeup Revolution, and this is one of their best formulas, hands down. This black, I use this for smoky eyes all the time. This gray. Try this blue. Try to get my finger in there. Black is really nice. It's not opaque, but you can build it up. The gray is absolutely stunning. And this blue. I have done many a smoky eye with this palette, and it's absolutely beautiful. It blends nicely. It lasts all day. This is one of their best formulas, hands down. And I think you can still find this at Ulta, because when they have the checkout and they have the little minis or things sitting there at the checkout, this used to always be there. But I think I got this on the website. I don't think I bought it at Ulta. But this is so, so nice. I wish Revolution's, all their formulas were like this. I have a couple Revolution palettes that I really love. I have decluttered a few, but this formula is the best. Then we have this Buxom palette. This is one of those where you can make your own. You buy the palette and then you can pick the shadows to go in it. Back when I got this, it was $40 for you to buy the palette and pick out 6 shadows, which is a pretty good deal, So I picked out some colorful and neutral. There's dips in there. As you can see, I've used this very much, and I don't understand why people don't talk about Buxom, because their eyeshadows are really nice, really nice shadows. They blend nicely, and they're very pretty, and if they still have this deal, because they had different palettes, they have this one, and then they have one that's a little more colorful, and I think they have another one, but that's a good deal. For $40 you pay for this, and then you get to pick 6 shadows to go inside. But I wish people talked about them more, because their shadows formula is very good. Next, we're going to go through my Urban Decay palettes. This was my very first Urban Decay palette. This is the Smoked. I've traveled with this many times as well. I love the pouch. And these are like some jewel tones and some neutrals. It comes with a mirror. Great traveling palette. My favorite colors in here were, which one is this? It's kind of hard to read these. Barlust, Loaded, and Mushroom were my favorite colors in here. So there's dips in these. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get in there. They're really pretty jewel tones and neutrals. That taupe and that brown, those were my jam back in the day. This was my first Urban Decay palette, and I love it, and she's not going anywhere anytime soon. The Stone Vibes. I got this on a sale with Ulta. Look at the packaging. Beautiful. This is also muted colors, because sometimes I'm in the mood for that. But look at this. And it's raised and textured. So stunning. And it's heavy too. So this would be a nice travel palette as well. Comes with a brush, and you have all of these different colors in here. You have your transitions, great for traveling. You mix these a little bit, and they come out to be different shades. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. I couldn't get my finger down in there, but it's like a purple with a taupe, like a taupey base. It's got a little bit of gold in it. Very different from what it looks here, which is purple. And then this one is got a pink base, but it's got different colors in it. And on camera it looks like it's silver, but it's got pink in it. So it's got some different shades there, which is interesting. But I love this palette. And again, it's heavy, nice for travel, and you have everything you need inside. The Born to Run, again, another travel palette. I've traveled with this as well. It's nice and sturdy. The mirror, and it bends all the way back, which makes it even more convenient. And you have pops of color. You have your warm and cool tones, and you have your transition shades. Again, perfect for travel. This is a favorite as well. Okay, so next we have the Wired and the Electric. The Electric is the OG as well. Remember when this came out? This was one of the first really colorful palettes and pressed pigments instead of, regular eyeshadow. These are awesome. Still use it to this day. And then they came out with the Wired, which is supposed to be like the electric. Beautiful packaging again, and heavy. These are all heavy palettes. This one I did not like as much as the electric, and it has a couple extra shades in here, but there's also shades in here that are in here, but it works just fine. I can use them both together, but the electric is always going to be my favorite. Then we have the distorted. I kept seeing this and I kept asking myself, do I want to get this? Do I want to get this? So I went ahead and got it. I think I got it on sale. This is the top part. To me, it just looks silver, but then when the light hits it, you get those reflex, hence the name distortion. And this is the color story. And these here can help these change into different colors, which I think is so cool. And then they have it so you can pair them up. Like if you wanted this color story with this, this with this, this with this. So you can do many combinations, and I like how that is because you can just take this line and use that and come up with something totally different from if you use this line here. But these again are like the word is not coming to mind, but they will change the colors into something else. I mean, you see that's very sheer. So if I take this blue or this purple, and I put one of these shades over it, I'm going to do the blue one and the purple one in the same row. So this is the purple one, and this is the blue one. See, it changed the blue to a turquoise, and it changed the purple into a lavender. So you can do this with any of these colors. And then they also have a black, so you can play with that as well. This is the green, the dark green, which is absolutely beautiful. And this black. So say I want to go into this green, and I put that over top of this green. It just makes it into a different color green. And then I'm going to go into this pink and put that over the black. And it makes it into a dark purple. So you can just play with it and come up with your own combinations or whatever, but it is so interesting and unique, and I'm so glad that I got this palette. Okay, next I have these two e.l.f. palettes. I have the Earth and Ocean and the Opposites Attract. Really enjoy these as well. This color story is neutrals and cool tones. Absolutely gorgeous. This color Tundra right here, it is a little flaky, but it is very, very pretty. It's like a silver taupe. Taupey silver. It's so pretty. It's got a little gold in it too. Very pretty. And then the Opposites Attract is more neutral. Use these many times. There's dips in each one of these. This one low key, it looks like it is a white, but it has a pink flip to it. It's white base, but these are very nice palettes. The Norvina, this is the number 3 out of that collection. I wanted to get this. I splurged on this for Christmas. I had some Christmas money and whatnot, and I bought this and a couple other things that I splurged on. I think my YSL All Hours Foundation and the Sunday Riley Luna retinol. I splurged on those for Christmas, and I love the Sunday Riley Luna. I need to get me in some more of that. And then the All Hours foundation from YSL. I used it up finally, and I am going to get a backup. That is a beautiful foundation. And then I splurged on this as well because they had 3 palettes out at the time. This one spoke to me more because I like reds, oranges, greens. I like bright colors like that. So this screamed out to me, so I got this one instead. The colors are very nice. It has a few shimmers, but I like the mattes the best in here. They are a little powdery, but they're very pretty and very impactful. So I'm glad I got this one, and I think they came out with 1 or 2 more after that, but this is all I need. This Morphe palette, this is the 35B. This is the OG. I got this when I saw Ellery. I don't even know if Ellery is still on the platform anymore. I used to watch her all the time, and she used this palette, and she used this blue right here, and that's what sold me on it. And this is when colorful palettes started coming out, and Morphe was the rage. She used this blue, and I was like, oh, sold. But this is a very nice colorful palette. Back then, if you didn't have a rainbow palette, this would have been a perfect one because you have some neutrally tones up here, and then you have all your pops of color, your deep colors, your pastels, all of that in one palette. But this is the OG, and she will be in my collection forever. Then this Makeup Revolution, this is Tammy Clark. She did a few collabs with Makeup Revolution, and I bought each one, and this was her first one, I believe. And this is her Twilight, what is it, Tropical Twilight palette. It is a pretty big palette, but it's nice quality. You have everything you need in here. You have neutrals, you have pops of color, you have glitter. A lot of people don't like pressed glitters. I do, and these pressed glitters are like the ColourPop ones, which are my favorite. They adhere. You don't really need a glitter glue, but you can use one. This one right here, which is called Firefly. Look at that. This cocktail is a favorite red glitter. I mean, and then Starlight, try my best to get in here, is like a taupey silver glitter. And they come right off. You don't need extra glitter glue. See, it came right off, just like the ColourPop ones. Came right off. Look at that. It's called Firefly. It's so pretty. And then this red. Most of it came off, but look at those. Stunning glitters, and they're very smooth glitters. But the color story in here is nice. I like the different rows, and it's a good quality. And some of these are kind of like putty-like this one is like it's really, really soft, but it's like a grungy green, really pretty. But I love this. I love supporting Tammy. I've watched her for many, many years. She's not really doing a lot of YouTube videos, but she's back at it. She came back and she's trying to do more, but she's mostly on like TikTok and Instagram. But yes, I will always support her, and she does have her own brand called Makeup by Tammy, which I also have her palette from there as well. But this was a good Makeup Revolution formula. Alright, so we're going to go into these last ones that are in those drawers. This is just a little Davina palette that I have some little stragglers here where I've depotted them from other palettes. These two are from ABH palettes that I have decluttered, and this one, I forgot what this one is from. I think this is from an ABH as well. I can't pull them out to see because I usually write the names of what they are on the back. I'm not for sure. Hard to take these out with claws, but those are just depotted shadows. And then these are some of the new Lethal water activated liners, which I keep forgetting I have, because there's many times I do a look and I'm like, hey, you know, I could do this, and I keep forgetting. I need to pull these out because I keep forgetting I have them. This was a Glam Metals palette from Crown. I got from BoxyCharm. I ended up depotting it and putting shadows in here from other palettes that I liked. So when I decluttered the palette, if there's a shadow in there that I wanted to keep, I went ahead and put it in here. And I did not write down which ones or which, I did not, but I made my own little palette here with that. So you can do that if you find a palette that you don't want, but it's, you know, like a 9-pan like this, but you have some colors in other palettes that you declutter, but you're like, I like these couple colors, but I don't want to keep the whole thing. Then you just depot them and put them in something like this, and then just mark them so you know what they are. But then you get rid of the colors you don't want or don't use and keep the ones that you do like. The Flaming Love from Makeup Addiction. This company no longer exists. They had a few palettes. They were a UK brand, I believe, and my bestie got this for me for, I don't know if it was for Christmas or my birthday. It has beautiful packaging on it. I don't know if you can see that. It's really pretty, like a filigree. Big pans, folds all the way back. Big pans, and you can take them out and put them into a Z palette or travel with them. They are absolutely beautiful shades. I have used this so many times. I don't understand why I haven't hit pan on any of these, because I've used this so much. I would just pull this out sometimes and just put one of these on my eye, smoke it out, and be out of the door and be done. Or put this in the crease and then put one of these on the lid and done. For the longest time, I used this palette. There are some dips in these, but these matte, they're very hard pressed. You don't need that much. You don't need that much. See, that would be a nice crease. And then just add this on the lid, which is like a pinky gold. On the lid, you're done. You're done. And these are very nice shades. They're very smooth, very creamy. Very creamy. And I'm sorry that this brand is no longer around. I think they went out of business, 2020, 2019. I think she was going on to something else. But yeah, I'm sad that they're gone, but I'm glad that I was able to have this in my collection because it's a marvelous formula. The NYX Sugar Trip Squad, they had a couple of these different palettes. As you can see, some of them are on the palette. This is a very nice, it's a jumbled color story, but I really like it. I like the pastels mixed in with some of the deeper tones. I've used this many times as well. It's an okay formula, but if you're one of those who doesn't like, you know, bam on your eyes, this, you can work with this because you can build these colors up to make it what you want. But I really enjoyed this palette, and I'm still enjoying it. The Coastal Scents Think Pink palette. I think I got this free with a purchase. And it's pink and gray, which is one of my favorite color stories. I love pink and gray. The black is like a smoky, so you can build it up. But I've used this many times. I've used this as a travel palette. Just take these out and put in some single shadows and travel with it. But I love it. And this color right here, this is called White Silver. Look at that. Look at that. It's not as impactful as Liberty from ColourPop, which is the best silver in the world, in my opinion, but this is really nice. I use this as an inner corner highlight forever. So they're not longer in business, but whispers say that they might be coming back, but I don't know. If they do come back, I hope they come back with some new stuff and keep up with the times, because I think that's one of the reasons why they didn't last, because they didn't keep up with the times. So hopefully when they come back, they will have some new products. Next, I have this Violet Voss, the Rainbow eyeshadow palette. This one I used just recently when I did, if you follow me on Instagram, where I posted that smoky eye with the blue halo. This is what I used. These are so pretty. This black has a little shimmer in it, but it doesn't translate on the eye as much. It's a nice black. And then I used this color Fuji and Seafoam for the inner portion, for that halo. Look at those. Look at those. So pretty, and it's so smooth. I haven't tried any other Violet Voss. I think I have a smaller Violet Voss palette I have, but this one is all shimmer and it is absolutely gorgeous. I do have this one, the Essentials. I got this in a BoxyCharm. This is okay. This is a nice neutral palette for traveling. You have a black. You might have to add a couple transition colors in here, but this would be nice for traveling. And this is one of those pink to gold that you see in a lot of palettes. And the black is okay, but you can build, because some people don't like a black eyeshadow that's just bam, and you're like, oh, I gotta blend it out. You can build it up. But this is a nice travel palette, and I've used it many times. This Daydream palette from Cnutbutrbeauty Beauty, I got this at TJ Maxx. They had a few of them, but this was a color story that I like the best because it is grungy greens and gold. I really liked it. Again, a good travel palette. You can pair this with another smaller palette and have some really nice looks. The Tarte Icy Betch. This was a answer to when they did an April Fool's. There was April Fool's joke going around that they were going to come out with this really cool palette that people were looking for, because I think Alter Ego had one and it was blues and turquoises and greens, and people were just like, oh my god, I need that. And then Tarte posted one that kind of looked the same, and people were like, oh my god, I need that. And Tarte's like, oh sorry, that was an April Fool's joke, that's not coming out. But Alter Ego did come out with theirs and people ate it up. And Tarte was probably like, we should have did that, because we would have made a whole lot of money, because Tarte is not known for a lot of colorful eyeshadows. They're known for neutrals. They would have made a ton of money if they had come out with that palette. But then they came out with this as an answer. This is the Icy Betch. I love this packaging. Reminds me of Urban Decay. It's heavy. And this is what she looks like. She's very monochromatic and very what is the word? I can't talk today. The colors look the same. The colors look the same is what I'm trying to say, basically. And this is supposed to be a highlight, but why would you need a highlight this big in this palette? It smells like vanilla, which some of their palettes do. It smells really good. I can smell it from all the way up here. But it's a nice blue palette, blue-green palette if you need something like that. The highlight is one of those that, you know, everybody has, which is the gold, which is the, you know, the gold one. But it's a good palette. I've used it many times. It's very nice. But Tarte, if you had went ahead with your April Fool's palette, you would have made so much money. The Coastal Scents Revealed 2. Again, Coastal Scents no longer around, but this is a palette that I wanted for a long time. They had the Revealed 1 and then the Revealed 2. This was a color story that spoke to me more, because this is when I was in my neutral phase. I've used this many times. The shadows are nice. They're not the best. They're not good. They're okay. But I'm still keeping it because I use it, and Coastal Scents is no longer around, and this is a nice memory. And then the last two in this drawer is from Profusion. This is the metallics. Every time I see Profusion shadows in like Walmart or my Myers, they never have this one. I got this one at Walmart, but I've never seen it since. And these are very nice. Very nice. So I don't know why they didn't come out with more of these, but these are really, really nice. Really nice. I've used this many times as well. And they're all, you know, shimmers or metallics, and they pair well with this one, which is the Wanderlust. The first Wanderlust that came out had round pans. Then they came out with this one that has square pans. And the quality of this is good. Not okay, good. It's good. The shimmers are very nice. Very nice. And the mattes are nice as well. I put my hand on my pants. Are nice as well, but they are buildable mattes. They are buildable. But this one I still see at Walmart and my local Meijer's, but I don't see the metallics anymore. But they have a lot of different palettes to choose from, kind of like Revolution. They have a lot of different color stories for different things, but these are the only two that I have, and I'm happy with both of them. All right, so I put everything back. This is the drawer that have the smaller palettes in it, and then down here I put those back in there. Everything is all nice and organized again. So the next time we will be going into the other drawers, and we'll pull those out and see what I have. And then I also have some up for display. We'll go over the display ones later on. But I thank you all for being here, hanging out with me. Appreciate you all so very much. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Let me know if you have any of these palettes and your thoughts. I know I have a lot of old palettes in my collection with brands that have closed or are no longer relevant, but they're relevant to me. I'm not going to get rid of something just because the brand is closed. I'm not going to get rid of something because nobody talks about it. I'm going to still talk about it because there are people out there who might still have these in their collection and can pull them out and rediscover them, or find that they don't like them anymore and declutter them. So I hate it when influencers say, oh, I don't want to talk about that because that brand is closed, or because nobody talks about it. There are people out there who have these things in their collection, and you will inspire them to pull them out. So that just irritates me. But again, I digress. Thanks again for being here, and we'll see you in the next video.